Oh, very good.
To this computer, and I will now share screens, and that way it'll be kind of referenceable. You'll be able to listen back to it. I'll post this on YouTube. Okay, so you should be able to see my screen.
I do.
All right, lovely. So I guess maybe just starting with the section plan.
Yes.
And no, this is north up this way.
Yes. Yep.
As I'm sure you'll realize. So this was the plan put together by the guys that did the orchard planting for me. So yes, we're sheltered from the northerly. It comes over the top of us.
Yep.
Which is really really good. Which means this has its own nice little microclimate around here, and this is quite elevated also. So at this point, it's about 6 meters above sea level, and at the back, it's about 8 meters above sea. Oh, there's the line there, 6 meter.
Yep.
6 meter line and the 8 meter line.
Yep.
And 4 meters here. So it's really quite high. Of course, the road's been raised 1 meter and it's been widened.
Yes.
And there is this culvert here. The council spent, I don't know, a whole chunk of money reinforcing this.
Yes.
It's been properly done, and I have stonework along here. I think you've seen it. You've seen it in the pictures anyway. This
Yes.
bend, stress point, and also around the top of the creek up here.
Yep.
You can see that the section comes over a fair way over this, and this is probably there's room enough, depending on where you put the house, to actually have a driveway that goes all the way up.
Yep.
Or you could drive into a garage underneath the house.
Yep.
Yeah. So there's some initial thoughts there. Over here, just across the road, opposite the driveway, there's some steps which were part of the roadworks down to the water. So you have your own little launching area for seacraft of all types.
Yep.
So
that's lovely. And those steps, do they go down onto a platform?
No, down into the beach.
Yep.
Because on high tide, on low tide, it's 0 there. In fact, this picture is taken at around about that area.
Yeah.
So overlooking the boat sheds and so on. That's a nice picture. General sunset pictures. This was actually taken from 252, but it's the same sort of thing going on. Same sort of thing going on here. And we have, if I just cut across to the Google Drive. So I put them in everything in folders. The orchard planting, including receipts and so on. The waterfall, which is so when I look at that, I think free water in a place that doesn't get much water. Oh, did you freeze? I think you froze. You froze at your end.
Yep. We're coming back. We're coming back.
Okay, all right. Sorry. Yeah, so various pictures in here of the stonework and so on. And
Yep.
the tree planting, it's all been professionally done. It's been mulched. It's got the cardboard to keep the weeds at bay. Blah blah blah. You know, they're probably small points. These are actually shelter trees, and they're all native.
Yeah, it's a cool photo, that one.
Yeah, so this will shelter the section whatever gets built from the southerly.
Yep.
There'll be like a southerly windbreak there, and yep. So there's a nice little feature of how these are natives. Half the trees that were planted are edible.
Yes.
And there's a list of them in the invoice. There's 3 types of apples. That's these guys here. Apples, plum, pear, feijoa, apricot, and a few things that I've probably forgotten. So, yep. They're good. Yeah, they're all labelled, and they're being watered. So every time the lady comes to mow the lawn, she's watering. She's hand watering.
Yep.
So they've been given a good start in life. So that's the stonework. So in this folder, we've got lots of lifestyle pictures. And this is Portobello, or the Peninsula Road.
Yep.
Great. This is less than 10 kilometers from our house.
Yep.
So that's the sort of countryside you're in. Dramatic, spectacular. Use these as you see fit. And
yes. Yes.
Oh, that's my brother's place, but I mean, nice view at the time. Some of the locals.
Yes.
Yeah, Black.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah. So we've got, of course, the cruise ships, sunsets, last light, water sports, sunsets. Lots of sunsets.
Yep.
They're spectacular, as you know. Black swans. Yep. This is immediately outside the section.
Yes.
As you know. So, yeah. So, various, other bird life in there.
And Mike, the cost that the council spent on raising the road and building the seawall, you mentioned something like $2 million, I think.
Yeah, on our stretch of the road, it was $2 million.
Yes. Yeah.
Overall, I think the project was 40 million.
Right.
And so what the Peninsula Road is so strategic to Dunedin because of the ecotourism that it needs to be bulletproofed and ensured that it's always going to be available.
Yeah.
And so it's a highly important road. So that's an important saleable asset for those that maybe are unsure of living close to water or whatever the case may be.
Yep.
So this is Harbour Cone or Haraweka. So this is the view from the section, and this is quite it's a significant vista because Harbour Cone's visible from just about anywhere. So this is a bit of the section. The grass has been cut since then, of course. It should be looking quite good. Spoonbills.
Yep.
Now the salmon runs between August and December.
Yep.
So you can trawl in the bay. Our bay is the first bay that the salmon come into from the open water, and they're generally in a feeding frenzy because once they hit the fresh water, they stop eating.
Yes.
Yeah, no food supply. So they're feeding up large. They'll do loops of our bay looking for food, and ours is the first bay they'll come into when they when they've come in from the open water, and then they'll make their way up to the Leith River.
And so you'll see people fishing off.
Well, yours truly. I think I've got here a picture of salmons. So these are the pyramids. This is 8 kilometers from our place.
Yep.
Yep. Lovely. Lovely spot. It's just a whole lot of, if you're a walker, there's something to do. If you're a fisherman, there's something to do. Water sports, something to do. Yeah, it's there you go. Now the geo report. This one, when was it? It's 5 years old. I don't know if that's a problem, but I mean, no. we spent
Yeah, it's expired, but that's only on a time basis. Nothing will have happened to the land.
Yeah, correct. Yeah. So it's very, if I summarize this report, it says build on poles.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that's that. And landscape limb report. This is, I think, the actual DCC. No, that's the habitat guy, but yeah. It's 19 kilometers from the city.
Wonderful. That was going to be a question I was going to ask, so that's cool.
Yeah, and the road has just got better and better because it's been widened. The cycle lanes, it's a lot safer for all motorists. You have the alternative of going up Highcliffe Road to get into the city, if you want to change your view. But it's a very relaxing road to drive, and it's got the mini mart, 2 fish and chip shops, the pub, and a nice community, nice community lifestyle.
Yep. No, that's wonderful. That is supreme.
Yeah. That's about it, really. And I mean, harbourfront, a rare opportunity, harbourfront land, and elevated section, great views of Portobello Bay, and possibly if you look out over this way, if the house was high enough, you could look out this way direction to Port Chalmers as well.
Yes. Yep.
Shelter.
No, that's grand.
Nice microclimate. Yeah.
Okay. No, that's all good. So, what I want to do is I want to get a sign down there, but I'm not going to use one of our standard signs.